So you may be thinking, Kathleen, why does your face look like this? Well, the election in Georgia is only halfway over, just like my face. So I'm gonna teach you how to do this and how to vote in Georgia and make a difference. Also, I'm not a beauty guru. People have just asked me, hey, you should do a makeup tutorial. I'm not qualified. So if you have any questions or you're like, you're not being clear, I don't know what I'm doing. First thing I'm gonna use, can you see it? Can you see it? I'm a beauty guru. I'm going to use this eyeshadow primer potion so that my eyeshadow doesn't fall off of my eye. So I'm gonna put that on and then I'm just gonna blend it in. Some people would use a beauty blender for this. 5 of them right here. You use them to blend in your beauty. Let that dry, and this is your canvas. We're gonna take this kind of darkish brown color, and because I don't have an arch under here, I'm a fake one. So go in and just very lightly dust that. You're contouring your eye. Now, the first question you may be asking, why is there a runoff election in Georgia? So in Georgia, you need 50% of the vote to win your election. And in these 3 runoff races that we've got in Georgia right now, none of the candidates got 50%. So they automatically go to a runoff. I will also note, I have not done foundation yet, because listen, you get your foundation all flawless and nice looking, and then you put stuff all over your eyes, and the stuff all over your eyes gets all down in here. Just switch the order. So anyway, as we put on this beautiful blue color, and just put it all over your eye, because you don't want anybody to be questioning, is Georgia really blue? There's so much fallout on my face. This is why you do your foundation last. I can just, look at all of this that I got off of my face. You can't do that when you're wearing foundation. Life hack. And just really pack that on there until your eyes are blue, like Georgia turned in the general election. Now we're gonna use this black sparkly color. But who's running, Kathleen, you may be asking? I'm glad you asked. In the Senate, number 1, you've got John Ossoff running against David Perdue. If you wanna read about those candidates, go here. Number 2, you've got Raphael Warnock running against Kelly Loeffler. If you want to know about them, go here. Then 3, for Public Service Commissioner, you have Daniel Blackman running against Lauren McDonald. If you want to learn about them, click here. I also realized that I'm not really giving you instructions. I told you I wasn't qualified for this. When I went in the corner, I used this corner brush. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, corner brush. Just to go in the corner of your eye and then go up a little bit into your crease to blend. Then I'm gonna take my blendy brush, this fluffy guy, and blend some more. You're always blending. Now, I'm gonna take this color, which is like 1 shade darker than my skin tone, I guess. Start out here and go all the way under the eye. I've got all this color down here, but nothing's happening up here, so we're just giving that some love. Then with the same brush, because budget, I wiped it off on tissue, it's fine. I'm gonna take this very sparkly, like, I think this is called Virgin, because Urban Decay is edgy, and I'm gonna put it in the corner of my eye. I think this is what the beauty gurus call a pop. And right up here, just to give some definition. I'm gonna take this dark goldy color and just put it right under the eye, right under there, and go and connect it to this dark part right in the corner, just like that. Yes. How do I vote in Georgia? So there are 3 ways to vote in Georgia. You can vote by absentee ballot. You do not have to have a reason to vote by absentee in Georgia. If you want to vote by absentee, you absolutely can. You can vote early in person, or you can vote on election day. I'm gonna recommend that you do one of the first 2 options, because election day, remember, is the deadline. That's the last day to vote. What if something happens? What if there's a massive snowstorm that comes out of nowhere? What if something happens to your cat and you gotta take him to the vet right then and there, and the cat is at the vet right until the polls close? This is not like college where you can wait till the night before to do your essay. Make a plan to vote early. Don't wait until that deadline. So voting by absentee. If you're gonna vote by absentee ballot, what you have to do, I'm skipping steps because I'm too excited about voting. All right, real quick. You're gonna use your favorite just black pencil liner. This is something that I got for free at Sephora. You're gonna pull just slightly and you're gonna go from the outer corner right to the center of the aisle, like we want the division in the Senate. And what this does, it kind of pulls your eye this way. You just want the top, so it gives your eye a little bit of a lift. Then you're just gonna take flat black. To vote by absentee, what you have to do in Georgia is you have to request your absentee ballot. So what I'm doing with this is just a flat brush. I am packing that black color directly into the lash line so that there's no big gap between your eyeliner and your lashes. You want it all to be one seamless, beautiful thing on your eye. And then I'm gonna take this and go not on the waterline, but push up from the bottom into the lash line. Just right up into the lash line. Just like that. So for absentee ballots, you have to request your ballot. The request comes to you, you fill out your form, you send it back. They send you an official absentee ballot. You fill that absentee ballot out and either you mail it in or you put it in your drop box. If you want to know where your drop box is, there will be a link down below. So your absentee ballot comes through USPS. USPS is pretty overloaded with Christmas and holiday stuff going on. There are also the actual holidays coming up. So to account for all of those delays, you want to get your absentee ballot request in now. But Kathleen, if I request an absentee ballot, but then decide I want to vote early in person, can I do that? Yes, you can. When you go up to vote, you will give this to your poll worker. They will spoil it, and then you'll be allowed to vote in person. So if you don't get your absentee ballot for any reason, maybe the holiday delays come into play, or you just don't have your ballot yet and you want to go vote in person right now, you can totally do that. Just go to vote like you normally would. When you get to the front of the line, tell your poll worker, I requested an absentee ballot, but I don't have it. It never came to me. They'll just go into the system, work their magic, cancel that absentee ballot, and you can vote in person. It's easy. Then we're gonna use this torture device to curl our lashes and put on mascara. If you're gonna vote early in person, early voting in Georgia starts on December 14th. If you wanna know your early voting location, there is a link down below. I am pushing the mascara into the lash line and then wiggling outward. So early voting in Georgia, you can actually vote at any voting location in your county during the early voting period. So you've got a few more options. If you're gonna vote in person, do it early. You're not gonna have the same long lines like you would on election day. And also remember that election day is the deadline. What if something happens to your cat and you gotta take it to the vet right then and there? You're like, oh my God, but I was gonna vote today. Don't let it happen to you. Plan ahead. So check the link down below. You can find your early voting location and hours and make a plan to vote. Pick a day, pick a good time, wear a freaking mask because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Wear a face shield if you want to. Now we're gonna do eyebrows. This nasty thing right here has makeup all over it. This is an eyeshadow that matches my brow color. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes. This angle brush, this is my eyebrow brush. So I'm gonna take this eyebrow color. This is the most chaotic video. No idea what I'm doing. Y'all asked for this. Like 2 people asked for this, but y'all asked for this. You do your eyebrows your way. They're all different. And remember, if your eyebrows don't look the same, they ain't twins. They're sisters. So I like to go under the brow, create that line, just like that. Get some more on the brush. I like to go into right up here, create a point, and then blend it out. And then I go up in here and I just fill in my eyebrow. I don't know if you can see any of that. Now this is a good segue, because if you're gonna vote early in person, this is all the makeup that you need. Because honey, you gonna be wearing a mask. I don't have any makeup to rub off of my face. Nobody's gonna see this, so I don't need to put foundation on it. But if you're gonna chill at home and just look gorgeous, let's do some foundation, shall we? Some people do all kinds of steps on their foundation. I don't have time for that. All I'm gonna use is this concealer. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Creme. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes. I like to do a dot under each eye because I have terrible dark circles. A little bit on the chin and a little bit here, 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 here. I don't believe in caking on stuff because you are naturally beautiful. Let it show. And then we're gonna use our beauty blenders to blend our beauty. And just, you know, do your best. Now, while I'm doing this, your third option for voting, if you will remember, is to vote on election day. Some people prefer to vote on election day, but during a pandemic, don't leave it up to chance. Now, the difference on election day, you can only vote at your designated polling location for your voting precinct. Early voting, you can vote at any of the designated polling locations for early voting in your county, right? So those two are different things. Make sure if you're gonna vote on election day to check your polling location. There's a link for that down below as well. But those are the 3 ways that you can vote. Now, frequently asked question is, can I move to Georgia and vote? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you, for instance, live in, I don't know, Kansas, and you're like, I really want to help Georgia, you cannot vote. You can work for us. This is just powder foundation, and I don't put a lot of it on because I don't believe in caking on stuff. That's all this is powder foundation to kind of set my concealer cream in place because this is a liquidy stuff. Then I'm gonna take this Makeup Forever Ultra HD Micro Finishing Loose Powder. All it's gonna do is set your makeup so that it doesn't go anywhere during the day and you don't look oily. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my brush, put it all over my face so that I look flawless. Boom, baby. You must be a registered Georgia voter to vote in Georgia, but you can help. You can do all kinds of stuff. There will be links down below for volunteer resources. You can phone bank, and something that everybody can do is if you have friends in Georgia, if you have family in Georgia, text them or call them and say, hey, there is an election in Georgia. You need to vote. You can also share voting information on Instagram, on Facebook. Really good places on Instagram are Vote Save America has wonderful graphics, wonderful resources that you can share to your Instagram story. Now I am going to put on this frosty lip gloss and act like it is once again 2001. All up in this bitch. Oh girl, yes. We're done. That's all you need to know. I think I probably forgot something. If you have any more questions, there are tons of resources in the links down below. Check those out. Learn about the candidates, be an educated voter. If you're gonna vote by absentee, request your ballot now. If you're gonna vote in person, get your mask. If you got friends and family in Georgia, text them and remind them that there's an election. Tell them about the candidates. Tell them what's going on. Tell them when early voting starts. Tell them to request their absentee ballot now. Friend to friend or family to family contact is the most powerful tool we have to get out the vote. In-person early voting starts December 14th. The deadline to vote is Election Day, which is January 5th. If you're gonna vote by absentee, you can do it now. Be the best you, because voting is your superpower, and I want you to have it. Oh, one more thing. If you missed the registration deadline, you can still register to vote. You just can't vote in the runoff. Have your voting superpower. All right, my battery is about to die. I don't know if this was a good video or not. I hope that you liked this makeup tutorial that was really haphazard and insane. And as always, this is Thought Train. You have just been derailed, and I will see you at the polls. Bye.